Previous chapter, when he begins to destroy an old iteration of his Iron Man armor, Tony Stark discovers data about an encounter with the dangerous Dr. Doom that he cannot remember. Some time ago, Doom came to Iron Man, requesting his aid and telling the armored Avenger that millions of lives hung in the balance. Acknowledging that Tony Stark's lackey had proven useful against mystic dangers in the past, Doom took a reluctant Iron Man with him as he journeyed to the Nether Realm. Little did Stark know that Doom had arranged a trade with Mephisto, a shard of the ancient sword Excalibur, in exchange for Iron Man himself. Even though the odds were against him, Iron Man fought off the hordes of hell and fixed the bogus transmitter that Doom had given him so that he could return to our world. Meanwhile, Doom made a deal with an imprisoned Morgana Le Fay, in exchange for her casting a spell that would fuse the Excalibur shard with his armor. Doom would set Morgana free. Instead, Doom sent the sorceress back to the time of King Arthur, where she would be imprisoned in a tower. Now Iron Man faces Doom, who, with his newly powered armor, is ready to destroy him. Legacy of Doom, Chapter 3, Night Games.
I'd been to hell and back, and in the interim, Dr. Doom had changed. His armor was now as jet black as his despot soul, and he had somehow come to possess Excalibur, the arcane, magic-forged blade that could cut through anything, including, as it turned out, me. I'd been caught by surprise, thrown off balance, but I wouldn't give up. Unfortunately, neither would Doom. His attack was relentless. I had to find another way.
You disappoint me.
All the better to blur the line between desperation and strategy.
Your master would never flee like a whipped cur. He'd use intellect, creativity, find a solution, but you are no Anthony Stark.
Actually, I was, and hiding behind Doom's time platform mechanism was part of the very solution he'd been prattling about. For as soon as he set foot on the platform transmission matrix, I channeled my armor's full power into the machinery, and through that, into Doom. He was down, but not out. He still had Excalibur, and my own energy had been reduced to emergency reserves. This time, I really had no choice.
Perhaps he was wise to bolt, for even now, the Excalibur shard fused with my armor repairs the damage he inflicted. The destruction of my laboratory, however, Faye, I could follow. Punish the pup for his insolence, but I have other matters to consider. Or should I say, we have other matters.
But while I struggled with Doom's latest power play, scientists on Long Island were wrestling with problems of their own.
I know Mr. Stark sent Iron Man to check that wonky satellite, Stu, and he reported the readings it sent back were accurate. Only problem is that's impossible.
Why?
Because that would mean certain stars are starting to move, like space itself was bulging, as if something really big was pushing stars out of its way.
At that moment, however, I was settling down in a forest glade to allow my beta-powered armor to recharge. I was tired. I was bleeding. But most of all, I was.
Yo, Tones. How you doing?
Confused?
Whoa, chill up, dude.
Stay where you are, whoever you are.
Who? Oh, that's right. We don't actually meet for a couple of 100 years. I'm Merlin.
You're Merlin.
Yeah, you know, King Arthur's sorcerer. Check it out.
I hate magic.
No sweat, bro, I'm really just a mental projection. My body's in England, snoozing till the time of her greatest need. But when Morgana Le Fay helped Doc Doom summon Excalibur, my monitor charms went gonzo, and since you helped Camelot before.
Hold on, Doom said Mephisto found a way to trigger the end of days. Maybe he needs Excalibur too.
Wrong. Nothing but everyday corruption oozing from Mephisto's realm. Trust me.
Doom lied, but for what reason?
Who knows? All I care about is keeping him from scoring the other half of Arthur's power.
Other?
Yup, the Excalibur scabbard. Sword makes you invincible, scabbard makes you invulnerable, and together, forget about it.
But Excalibur could cut me in half. How do I stop him?
Hey, like I have all the answers. Look, All I can say is the scabbard lies hidden by a mystic challenge on the Ballon airplane in Scotland. Leaking the gimmick would break the rules, but you might try looking with your brain as well as your eyes.
That's it? A riddle? Why the hell are you dumping this on me?
Dude, you're the chosen champion of Arthur Pendragon. If not you, who?
Oh, I don't know, Thor? Captain America?
The United States freaking Marines? Nuts.
By the power of dark, by the strength of my will, and through the portal of Pendragon blood, I command you, go, go, seek your brother, and soon you shall both belong to me.
I thought I had trouble, but I had no idea, then, what was truly at stake. I only read about the meeting at an Australian research station later.
I'm afraid our findings have been verified. Whatever's manipulating celestial bodies doesn't seem to have any relationship to physics as we understand it, which leads to the conjecture that the forces at work come from somewhere else.
You mean another dimension?
Fantastic as it sounds, that's our best guess. And whatever it is, it's gaining speed. Calculations have it on a direct vector to Earth, where in less than an hour it should collide somewhere in the vicinity of Scotland.
Ballon aeroplane held the ruins of a standing stone monument, not nearly as impressive as the more famous Stonehenge, but intriguing enough to draw its share of tourists. And that was all. No scabbard, no hint of anything mystical.
Iron Man?
Blimey, here?
Doom had lied to me. Had Merlin done the same?
Can I be having your autograph, Mr. Man?
But then the Dark Doctor himself arrived, following Excalibur, and I knew it was true. The sword must have been the catalyst to activate the Guardian spell, because when Doom touched its hilt, the earth began to tremble.
Run. Now.
To try and stop me.
The ground tilted and split, and from the fertile loam burst arches of massive rock. A pair, a dozen, 100, forming a perfect circle, surrounding us as if to create an arena. The spaces between the uprights shone like mirrors, while a shimmering shield of force spread above, sealing us in. The barrier absorbed my repulsors without a flicker. We were trapped. Did I mention I hate magic?
It took rare skill to conjure a spell this intricate.
I trust you're suitably impressed. I'd be more impressed by an exit sign.
Then you're a fool. What we seek is right before us.
I don't see.
But then I did. A jewel-encrusted sheath, the legendary Excalibur scabbard, glittered in the mirrors, but only in the mirrors. The ground inside the arena remained frustratingly bare.
Obviously, we need only discern which reflection hides the true prize.
Doom. Wait. It could be a trick.
Then I'll shatter the trick as well.
For a heartbeat, the space between stones filled with unnamed colors, and then, with something far more substantial.
And the arches, morphing into stone warriors.
Hey, I didn't break anything.
The sentinels are undoubtedly charged with destroying all intruders. Like it or not, we stand together.
Terrific. But how do you kill stone?
Oh no!
With Excalibur, I can kill anything.
Not that easy, is it? Just be careful. Each mirror probably holds a different curse. We need to make sure we don't break any more. Now what?
Liquid tentacles, a tribute to the Lady of the Lake. Even Doom was stymied. Excalibur was about as effective as, well, a sword cutting through water.
Too bad you're no Tony Stark. He'd use his brain to find a solution.
Okay, it was a cheap shot, sue me, but my brain was working, cybernetically adjusting my unibeam to release a burst of maximum heat.
Did it turn the liquid to steam?
But the stone warriors are dissolving, as is our armor. This steam is corrosive.
He was right, and once through armor, it would start on skin. I reacted more than planned, channeled everything I had into a single wide dispersal microwave pulse. The mist evaporated, along with the last vestiges of my armor's power.
There must be an answer, a way to retrieve the scabbard without unleashing more guardians.
What had Merlin said? See with your mind as well as your eyes? But what did that mean? Everything looked the same. The arches, the reflections, everything exactly No, not everything. One of the images was reversed, showing a true picture rather than a reflection. Without power, my boot jets were useless. I could only run. Unfortunately, Doom was under no such handicap. All I had was determination, but in this case, determination was enough. In a blink the mirror was shattered, sending razored shards scattering into the arena. even as the stone arches whispered to dust, leaving only the scabbard, myself, and Doom.
Give it to me, quickly, before.
But I had no chance to reply, as the scabbard began to radiate, like the slender sun, and then it was gone. And I was new, filled with energy, sweet and clean, like nothing I'd felt before. The soul of the scabbard, coursing through my armor, coursing through me. I was strong, invigorated, invulnerable, which was probably a good thing, considering what Doom said next.
You've killed us. You've killed us all.
What do you mean?
Joining Excalibur with its scabbard was the only hope. Now, even that is gone. Look to the sky, Avenger, and see what you have done.
Next, I caramba.